Okay, let's take a look. Um, so the shield stuff has improved. That there's a few decent things going on there. This walk is just not coming along very well right now. It's it looks like it's just moving the feet and the root. The rest of the body, the arms, the chest, the waist, the head, the neck, nothing else seems involved. And so at this point, maybe just focus on this shot and don't even worry about trying to do the other one because it's got such a long way to go. One thing I would do is be sure to, you can't move both feet at the same time. You have to, while one is moving, the other should be locked down. Lighting wise, it's kind of interesting and dramatic, although it's a little weird that all the papers are hovering above the ground, or at least by the shadows appear to be hovering above the ground. We can take a look at that. And also, he's just a bit too dark. I get the idea that you have light coming in from here, but you should have enough bounce light that he's not kind of falling into darkness. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, I mean that walk, yeah, almost nothing is moving but his feet and his root. And even the feet, the walk, it looks very strange and it's not working very well right now. So I would just let's skip that. But then as far as locking the feet down, you know, like let's say between here, here, and here, if you want him to pivot, what you could do is have maybe this foot's locked down. So click here, middle mouse click here, S for set keyframe. So you can pivot that one, and then maybe now this one will stay put. Come on, buddy. So the middle mouse click here and set keyframe. So see, he pivots one and then he pivots the other. Also with these poses, again, it's like you're just moving like the arms, the feet. What about the chest? What about the neck? What about the spine? What about the waist? What about the neck? Head. Like all those things should be considered in every pose, and that's why it looks very kind of stiff and robotic. Is that you're not adjusting the majority of the controls on the character. The fingers don't change much from pose to pose, but the most important ones are the root, the waist, the spine, the chest, the neck, and the head. Those are the ones that really kind of define the pose, and almost none of those, are changing here. He just kind of rotates, like as a whole thing. And so, with each pose, you should be adjusting these controls, and you'll get it more. I mean, let's just do one example. Oh wow, there's a lot of keyframes here. That's going to make it harder on you too, that you have just a lot of keyframes. But I mean, I guess there's a little bit on the chest and head, but like for example, he might turn his head before he, to look at what he's about to do. Oh, your head is Rega's. You never weighted your head. How did we miss that? Oh, we should look at that too, I suppose. Maybe that's why you weren't animating that. Does the neck? Does the neck one work? Oh, that's not the neck. Oh, it's like hidden in here. Pretty hard to select. You're going to want to scale that up. So you can select that. Does that work? Not very much. Yeah, and that's not animated either. So it looks like you're just skipping a lot of the different controls on the character. Very few keyframes on the spine, no keyframes on the waist. very few keyframes on the chest. These things should be considered and adjusted on every pose. The paper thing. Oops. They are indeed floating above the ground, so you'll want to get those, right on the ground. I guess they're at some different heights, but at least if they're much closer on the ground, won't look like they're floating. And then lighting. Yeah, I mean, what do you got in here for lights? There's a lot of lights. But nothing really filling him in here. I might create like an area light or something. Just flip that around. And it could just be sort of like a bounce light that's filling him in some. And maybe you want to even just try some color contrast, see if you like that. Or maybe get something that, you can aim more at him that doesn't light the room. Or I don't know, white. Try more yellow. I don't like that. I kind of liked it when it was contrasting the other colors. We could try like a spotlight instead if you want to kind of just really narrow it down too. Whoa. And you can even like unlink it from this object, so it only lights him if you wanted to. We could turn off. Let's turn everything on. We could turn off illuminates by default, and then go into the light linking. Actually, let's select the light, and then where's his geometry? Is it this thing? Yeah. So I select the light, select his geometry, and go light, and then make light links. And give it a second. Did that work? Nope. Let me just make sure everything's selected. I'm going to just do select hierarchy. Make sure everything in there is selected, and then shift select the light. Light setting, make light links. That should work. It's not. Maybe it's the... Let's try breaking the light link with this. Instead, go the other direction. No. I don't know why the light linking thing isn't working. Alright. Oh, yeah. I don't know. We'll skip the light linking thing. Anyways, I don't know that that spotlight thing is so successful, but the point is you should have some kind of light filling him in here. Yeah, other than that, it's coming together.